Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the G-Shock Watcher. I'm actually not here in Singapore at the moment. I am here in Adelaide, South Australia. I'm here on a work trip and I'm heading from here in Adelaide to Singapore tomorrow, but kind of just for a couple of hours and then heading on a flight to China. But I did want to make sure I took a moment to talk about some of the auctions happening on the Bai website, because there's some very interesting ones, and I'm going to have to make sure I get this video kind of edited very, very quickly. I'm trying out some new setups here. I've got a Pocket Osmo 3, and I'm doing this as I'm in a hotel, so results may vary if that makes sense. But let's go ahead and jump into some interesting watches which are out there in the marketplace. So I'm going to switch over here to Safari. What we actually have here are some interesting watches that are in Frogman, in MRGs, and some of those different things. The first one is a watch which is going to end its auction in 4 hours. So obviously not a lot of time, but we have a 30th anniversary model Frogman, which is in its full box. Pretty cool looking watch. Current price is 36,500 yen or $348.20. The typical price for this, based on Shockbase, is around about 77,000 yen. So it's going in at half price right now, which isn't necessarily a bad price to go after, because these sorts of Frogmen are really expensive, typically hard to go ahead and get. This particular one is a pretty decent purchase, I would say, at 36,000 or 36,500 yen. It looks pretty solid, doesn't look like a lot of damage. And from a feature point of view, if you really wanted to drill into features, tough solar, auto backlight, it's got the basics of what you would need to go ahead and actually do. But that's a pretty decent price from that point of view if you wanted to go after a particular Frogman. Second watch, which I wanted to jump in and take a quick look at. This is a kind of cool watch. This is an MRG watch. So it is a MRG 8100B-1A. It's currently going for 51,000 yen, 4 hours remaining. This particular watch itself will sell at market for 300,000 yen. So that price right now is kind of, I guess, essentially a sixth of the price, right? It's fairly cheap. Lots of action on this particular watch itself. There's been 62 bids, so obviously those bids will potentially go up some more. But we're looking at a watch which came out in, let's have a look here, 2008. So it's about 17 years old, this particular watch, one of the original MRGs. But if you wanted an MRG, it's kind of cool. It's got diamond-like coating, which is the DLC here, tough MVT, and it has tough solar and multiband 6. So if you're looking for something that looks pretty decent, this is a pretty decent watch to be able to go ahead and actually check out. If we go back and have a look at it, yes, there's going to be a little bit of wear on it, but for all purposes, it actually looks pretty cool. Like it seems to work okay. All functions have been confirmed, including the radius solar function. There's some wear and tear, but to me, you know what? It looks like a pretty cool watch. I don't think you'd go wrong if you were really hunting down an MRG watch that you wanted to collect. And this looks like a pretty decent one. And like I sort of said, at that price right now, 51,000 yen versus the usual retail price, which is around about 300,000 yen. Not a bad deal to be able to get a hold of. Okay, this one was interesting to me. This one itself is I will sort of say is an expensive watch. Sorry, the delay in terms of trying to switch between camera and laptop is a bit tricky. I'm walking everything off a keyboard here, but this watch I thought was interesting. This watch itself, just the look of it, you can sort of see here. Interesting color combinations. We've got gold, we've got greens, we've got reds. This is a extremely rare, unused Casio G-Shock MRG B2000. So like I said, we've got some MRGs here. Currently, the price is 801,000 yen, already 37 bids. So it's kind of interesting to see some of these MRGs with, they typically have like 3 or 4 bids when people want them. This one has a lot, right? This one is, we're looking at 37 bids, so it's a very active MRG watch, and at this particular price, it's not necessarily too bad. So if we switch over to it, the price when this one came out to market, if we look at the Singapore dollars, because I can't see the yen here, but it was 10,500 Sing. And the current price right now is just over 7.5 Sing. So it's maybe about $2,500 cheaper. But it's a really interesting looking watch for all of the color schemes here. It's the 25th anniversary of the high-end MRG line. The dial's green, red, gold, and black colors are inspired by the Hanabasara Samurai Commander's armor. 2021, 400 units, okay? And if we go down, sapphire glass, multiband 6, Bluetooth, tough solar. I mean, this is a pretty cool watch. If you sort of think about it, at the price it's actually at, if you're going to look at trying to buy this in the marketplace, it's probably very hard to find, but it's also lower than market rate. So if you're going to go after, this one would be a good one to go for. Now, going back and having a look at the actual auction itself, there are 3 hours to go, 37 bids. We're probably going to get to a point where the bids will just jump up, right? But if you're looking for an MRG and was willing to spend under 10K, this could be the watch to go ahead and actually look for. So very, very cool. In some of the other areas, again, lots of MRGs that are going at the moment. There's this one's a really nice one, the gold and the red. I kind of like the one previously before, but the gold and the red MRG, this one started at 1 yen. It's currently going for nearly 150,000 yen. The market price for this particular watch is 346,000 yen. So in essence, when we go ahead and actually look at this, this is half the price of what it normally goes for. So it's a pretty good price to hunt down. Number of bids right now, 39 bids, 3 days remaining. So there's a good chance that the price of this particular watch is going to go ahead and actually skyrocket. But it's a very cool watch, this one. Guaranteed to have all the features. So Bluetooth, multiband 6, tough solar. Very, very cool sort of watch. I would still want probably this one more. I think this MRG B2000 is a very, very cool watch. It's out of my price range. That's fine. But it's a very, very nice watch to go ahead and actually find. This one I found, this is actually a bit more achievable, I think, in terms of price that I might look at. It's a G-Shock Sky Cockpit watch, GWM 3000M. 2 days remaining. Current price is 11,000 yen. And if we have a look at it, the normal price is about 32,000 yen. So it's about a third of the overall price, but it's a pretty good looking watch. Resin band, nice sort of orange and blacks on there, a little bit of blue in there. I think this is a cool watch. If you're looking for something which was, you're price sensitive, but you wanted a cool looking watch, something that has a interesting story behind it, the cockpit one, this is actually a pretty nice looking watch. I don't think you'd go wrong with this particular watch here. And so at a third of the market price and looking at this watch and saying, hey, does it hold up? It looks like it holds up. It looks pretty solid. If we look at some of the features on this one, tough solar, multiband 6, tough MVT. It's got all of the things that you would potentially want from this particular watch. So it's a pretty cool watch from that one. Last one I would look at here, and this is a watch which I have in the past wanted to get a hold of myself. Unfortunately, I've can't switch to myself right now. I've lost camera video, but you can still see the actual screen itself. This is the it's a Mudmaster. That's right, it's a Mudmaster, and it's a solar flare Mudmaster, and it's currently going for 15,000 yen, but 4 days remaining. This particular watch itself sells at retail price for 143,000 yen, but right now it's at 15,000 yen. So doing the calculations on this, it's like about 10 times, a tenth of the actual normal price. Now, of course, 4 days remaining, 25 bits to go. It's probably going to go ahead and actually catch up. So it definitely is a watch to look at. It's a very bold watch. I've seen it in person. The solar flares look awesome, but yeah, challenging watches to be able to go ahead and actually wear from a corporate point of view. But still, it's a very cool watch all the same. So Lots of cool watches here at the moment to be able to go ahead and actually check out. So, definitely if you want to go quickly look at the ones which we looked at the very, very front, we had the G-Shock Frogman. That one is not too far away. All right, so we'll do a quick refresh on that particular one. 3 hours remaining. We'll try and get the video up so people can go have a look at it. But there's a few watches which are starting to wrap up. This one as well, the original MRG. Lots of cool watches that people can go ahead and check out. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Cool watches on the Buy website. Things that I'd like to go ahead and actually bid for. I'm holding back because I've got another watch coming through which I want to talk about when I get it. I'm on my way to China, so I'm sort of trying to hold back. I should also mention, as I get told all the time, what are you wearing today? Still sporting the Mudman Love the Sea and Earth, which is a super cool watch, and it's followed me around my trip here to Western Australia and South Australia, so I'm super happy about the experience. It's been rock solid. So I hope this has been useful. I hope you're excited about some of those watches, and as I work through, we're going to try and actually improve this on-the-road experience. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Thank you.